What's up, fellow ReZero anime fans? How's it going? Anyone else excited to consume product so you can get ready to consume the next product next week? I fucking love consuming. Awesome. Anytime I think critically about anything, my Neuralink starts firing poison into my brain. Get Jordan's desk at her. He's not here yet. He doesn't get to be in the hole. He's not here yet. Criticism, what about Glaze, though? True! I love products. I love products. Yippee! Theresia name was never that good anyways, right? Yeah, man. Pretty ass. Sad, that's me. Sorry, man. Why is there a hole in the ground? That's where Regulus fell. Episode rating out of 10? I'm gonna reiterate here for the 100th time that when I rate episodes, I'm talking about adaptation, not the content and stuff like that. Because obviously my perception is different because I'm a novel reader. I rate the episode as an adaptation about a 3 out of 10. I would say this episode is really hard carried by a couple of pretty well boarded sequences during the flashback. I really like that small cut of when the camera's approaching the sword in front of Theresia. You know, she has to take out the sword. It's a shame that like all the surrounding context of that scene is dog shit. Are all Astrea names supposed to be Eastern European? I mean, probably. I don't know. I'm a dumb fuck American man. What do I know? This episode was literally the first time I got actively disappointed by the absence of scenes in the ReZero anime. Pretty tough, man. Um, I'm not gonna pretend I didn't know this was coming, because I knew this was coming for months. I knew exactly what was gonna be missing from the episode. I knew exactly how the fandom was gonna respond to it. I knew that they were gonna start dick eating like crazy frame one. But, you know. But I'm not as surprised as I would have been had I not known. But and because of that, I'm happy to say that the episode was better than expected. Because I thought it was going to be even worse than this. Not the availing post, dude. About when I say dick eating, it was that I like that. I want to specify when I say dick eating, I'm not talking about people like you. You're chill. You're chill. Don't worry about it. I'm talking about some of the people on Twitter. What time did Jordan come? He runs a little late because of work. He's on his way home. Was it me or did putting the Astrea drama after the outro kind of kill the emotion of the scene? No, it did. So Jordan literally watches the episode during his lunch? Literally, yes, he watches it during his lunch. Actually, genuinely. He does. I sent him the Theresia chapter to read it, but I don't think he got around to it. Because it's really fucking long. And obviously he's at work, so like... He's employed? So it seems. Wilhelm VA killed for all my negative feelings about this episode. Wilhelm VA did good. I think this episode kind of brought to the forefront something I've been feeling since episode 7, but I just didn't really know how to articulate it, I guess. I feel like the vocal direction this season has been off. How would you rate the episode? Not good. As an adaptation. Smile. The Theresia chapter itself is fantastic when you actually get the point of it. I forgot that Heinkel's wife was in the episode. Yeah, and one of the key fundamental points of Heinkel's wife was not included in the episode that she debuted in. So... what are you gonna do? I don't think it was even a good episode, ignoring how it functioned as an adaptation. I'm not sure. Obviously, my perspective is too painted as a light novel reader. I couldn't tell you if it was like a good anime-only episode or not. I mean, anime-onlys like it, so I guess... I don't know, man. I guess it was. I think there are a lot of issues. But I've already said them so many times. What new? What else can I really say? You know? This episode, outside of some of the good boards, pretty much indicative of every issue I've had with every episode. Oh, I forgot to ping streams. You're right. There you go. Worries for the next arc? Real motherfuckers like me have always thought that Arc 6 was done for. Even when I was still a Season 3 hoper, I knew like it was wraps. Just because Arc 6 is gonna be a lot harder to adapt. Arc 6 might be cooked. Arc 6 is delayed, they might cope? When has coping ever paid off, man? For the Rizio anime. Arc 5 was delayed too, and look what we got, that's true. Season 1? Yeah, but I wasn't around while Season 1 was airing, so... After Ep 2, I said I'm gonna judge their ability to adapt Arc 6 based on how they handle Garf's character in this his episode, and then it was the worst episode. Second worst now. I agree. What were your thoughts on Season 2 adaptation? In the same way that my thoughts on Season 3's adaptation are painted because I read first, my thoughts on Season 2 are painted because I watched first. But, like, I understand that the stuff they cut from Arc 4 is, like, really fucking egregious. Mr. Roth, I got any copium for Arc 6 you can supply? No. Do crack. You watched first? Yeah. I watched ReZero like, what, 3 or 4 years ago? It was like, I think it was shortly after Season 2 ended. I can tell I'm tired, man. Reading chat is not easy, bro. I wish ReZero made you cry in Algaline, but if I remember correctly, it's only made you shed a single tear. 0. Nothing has made me cry, and that's not because I'm trying not to, it's just, I don't know. I just don't get impacted like that, so... I don't know. Why is Al blue in the bookshelf? Because of the lighting, I fear. Yeah, I'm aura farming. Chat, ignore that, it's my screenshot sound. You wanna know how you can tell an episode is ass? This isn't just a ReZero thing, by the way. You can tell anything that just came out as ass when people start tweeting like this. X is so good when there isn't Y in your ear telling you it's bad. That's how you know it was dog shit. Anytime those tweets start dropping, it's over. MHA moment, yeah, true, pretty much, yeah. What translucent PNG is that on the pride flag? It's Subaru and Julius in their natural form. That's my alt-ass, I'm sorry. What music is this? Banjo-Kazooie OST. I only ever come up with what music to play before the stream, like 5 minutes before the stream, so I always cycle between the same things. I'm like, oh shit, what should I play? And then the first thing that pops in my head is like Nintendo 64 music. Avoid, to answer your question, it's because it's the press, or not the press, the marketing for the season has switched to calling episode 16 the final episode of season 3, so they're probably gonna rebrand Arc 6 as season 4. Have you read most of the side stories or only a select few? I'll never be able to say I read most of them because there's a lot, but I have read a good amount. There are people who have read more than me, but, you know. Hello, gorgeous hot rat. Fantastic name, by the way. If it means Arc 6 is better, I'm fine with the delay, but the cut content is inevitable. I mean... It's easy to say. It's easy to think that a delay means it'll be good. But, you know. Those legs are those in the top right. Bartol got executed. My problem with side stories is that I don't really know which ones to read, so I read a lot and don't progress in the main storyline. The only ones that, like, I would say are a necessity are the EXs. I would read EX1, and then 2, 3, and 6, and then 4, and then 5. And then if you want to, you can read some other Priscilla and Al stuff, because I think it's all good. But, if you don't, then that's fine. I understand. Have you ever read the Ifs? No. I don't like the way they use most post-credit scenes this season. Yeah, that seems to be a complaint that keeps popping up. And, I think I get it. The MCU-ification, bro. Bring me the poison. Doesn't ReZero have a filter which tells you which SS are important now? It might. I haven't used it. I don't know. I like your existence. You're like I countered a glazing. Hey man, I'll glaze when it's justified, right? You should have seen me during the Arc 7 read era, okay? Considering the public opinion of that arc, I was essentially a glazer. Bring me the poison. What was the last perfect ReZero amp in your opinion? Do not say From Zero again. Fuck. I like Parent Child. I swear Arc 7 was so overhated for no reason. Obviously this is anime only friendly, so I'm not gonna get into the specifics, but I always find it funny how my opinions are like the exact opposite of the general fandom right now, in that the general fandom hates Arc 7. I think it's good. I think it's great even. And they love Arc 8, and I don't think Arc 8 is particularly that good. It has its moments, and I don't hate it by any means, but it's not that good. That's fair, J Pinky fan. I agree with you, by the way. Hello, YouTuber asked about the HS. What an interesting way to refer to me. Sitting through 2 ads right now? Good boy. "51 doesn't compete with other top tier eps, but if I say it was a perfect adaptation to me." I think Season 3 Episode 1 is like genuinely better than Volume 16. That is true. Well, you like Arc 9, I presume most of the fandom does as well. Yeah, that's true. We finally reunited because of our love for Arc 9. Quick thoughts, Arc 9 till now, no spoiler of course. No spoiler, Arc 9, the first 7 or 8 chapters, I forget how many, are fucking dog shit. Everything after that, unbelievable gas, dude. So fucking fire. This is starting to remind me of the Tokyo Ghoul anime. Alright. Look. We can say the anime is bad, okay? I don't think it is bad. It's just mid. Some might argue it's worse than bad, but I digress. It's not... Anime's not quite Tokyo Ghoul level, I don't think. What order would you rank the arcs from? I can't think straight, hang on. Do I still agree with this? Maybe. I have 6 equals 4, and then 3, and then 7, and then 5, 8, 2, 1, probably. I don't know, I'm tired, man. Will you start doing live reading after the anime ends? I could, it's just that the live reading stuff, like, never gets enough viewership for me to want to actually do it, if you get what I mean. Like, when I first started doing live reading back during... Was it Arc 8? I don't remember. It did not go very well. Nobody came, bro. Oh yeah, I started live reading Arc 8 Phase 3. What a fucking nightmare, man. Jesus Christ. Streamer, where's Jordan? I want my fellow anime-only perspective. Everyone is talking about cuts. He's on his way home. Arc 6. No, oh no, I'm not talking about, I live read some of the most impactful chapters of arcs, but I was gonna live read, like, every chapter in Arc 8. Because I caught up in Arc 8, and then, like, nobody came. And I was like, okay, that's fair. So I stopped doing it. Not gonna lie, live reading sounds boring as fuck. It kind of is. I don't really know why people want it so bad. But, but... I don't know, man. I forgot, did you say you were eventually going to do a Theresia retrospective? Yes. I was gonna start it when Arc 10 starts. I'm almost on Arc 8 Phase 3. Am I cooked? If you can get through Phase 2, you can get through Phase 3. Especially if you can make it to the second half of Phase 3. But that first half... Holy, it is boring. I remember specifically a lot of people begged for live readings. You did it in a quarter. Those people actually showed up. Yeah, you're telling me, man. Second half worse? Yeah, I know why you say that, buddy. I know. I can read you, buddy.
Will they reveal more information about Flugel?
Yeah, man. Just lock in. Are there audiobooks for the light novel of ReZero? Probably. There's probably like text-to-speech shit. I don't know. If you can get to Arc 7, you can experience my audiobook. I have phase videos for 5 and 6, Arc 5 and 6, but they're not very good. I lock in at 7, okay? For those curious, the Arc 8 Phase 3 video is almost completely done recording. I might re-record something, and then I have like one last section.
Will you ever do a face video of Arc 9?
Assuming I can survive Arc 8, yeah. Like, Phase 3, I'm gonna start editing it soon, TM. And that'll probably take a bit, and then the same process for phase 4 and then phase 5. Is Arc 9 on break again though? Yeah. Phase 2 is done. Where's the anime only safe space sign? I took it down because it covers the Regulus hole. And Caper worked hard on that, so I'm showing it off. Any general anime topic videos on the way? I recorded a video. Now, this is a great title, okay? This is fantastic clickbait. It's called There's No Such Thing as Good Writing. And I'll probably finish that maybe tomorrow. And a video about Reinhardt and Gojo is in editing. There might be more. I have to check my chart. I gotta consult the chart. I have in March as well. I have a Subaru Season 3 video. Hopefully I can do this April Fool's video I want to do. I might do a ReZero arc ranking video for fun to try a different format. I might make a Regulus video. I have another video idea. Format idea, I guess I should say. And then in May, I have a really fun video idea that I don't know if I'll be able to do, but I want to do it. Reinhardt vs. Gojo, kinda obvious, no? This guy thinks I make power scaling videos, man. When have I ever made a power scaling video in my life? Thought it was a power scaling video. You trauma scaled Deku and Subaru? Close enough? Yeah, and Subaru fucking cleared by a country mile, bud. Which means he's a better character objectively if you think about it. As the scaling would be nice? Why, man? No one wants to hear that shit. Oh my god. Become a power scaler? Is the April Fool's video a retrospective on Vigilantes? Fuck no. Diamond members know what it is. Is it gonna be about aura scaling? Yeah. No, it's gonna be like the Deku and Subaru video, except rather than, self-worth, it's gonna be about how they tackle the strongest. Being written by Hori more traumatic than anything Subaru went through. Okay, okay. That's fair. Make Jordan do the power scaling on characters he doesn't know? He couldn't even do power scaling on characters he knew, man. I'm a Diamond member, why do I not know this? Scroll up in Diamond chat, man, it's there somewhere. Opinions on solo leveling? I have never seen it. Sorry. Jordan on Goon Scaler. Yeah, he could do that on his own stream, alright? MHA Vigilantes video might feed families. It'll feed families as if the Germans are flying overhead in 1940s England, okay? We're good. No solo leveling slander. I'm sorry, man. I haven't seen it. I know people have some very strong opinions about it. Need Jordan to be part of the Theresia retrospective? Oh, brother. I'm honestly wondering, honestly, maybe you're not wrong. Maybe the anime and the novel are so far apart that he can act as the perspective for an anime only, for the video. The fact that you didn't see it doesn't matter. We want slander, we want drama. You're in the wrong place, buddy! Go back to Giguk! I'm just kidding. I'm pretty sure he watches like a fuck ton of shit. I'm sorry. I was doing a little trolling. Beast mode, I'm afraid. Honestly, Theresia retrospective has a lot of interesting stuff to talk about because of the discrepancy between the web novel and light novel early on. That could be interesting. Solo leveling fans when there's 5 minutes of character development instead of aura farming. I heard about that. I heard about something with the protagonist's mom or something, and everyone was like crashing out because there was no action. And then everyone was crashing out because other people were crashing out. It was like a crash out domino effect. Hot dog taco hamburger. What the fuck are you talking about, man? They were crashing out because he cried, not because there was no action? I see. Business as usual, I see. There's a gap between the anime and the novel. I don't think it's that large of a gap. Well... Oh. Chat, there was someone in the Discord who's an anime only. I want it on the record, this motherfucker. I'll respect to him, by the way. He's fine. This motherfucker, by the way, was antagonistic as fuck to light novel readers. Because they were like, oh, you guys will never be happy, you guys are complaining, so on and so forth. This motherfucker read Theresia name before he watched the episode. I don't know what possessed him. But he read the chapter first and then watched the episode. He started the episode. And he turned it off 5 minutes in. Because he couldn't fucking handle it, and I was like, hey buddy, welcome to our life. He felt a fraction of our pain. He said he couldn't even get past like minute 5, dude. Why would he do that? I don't know, man. I don't think anyone told him to do it. Like, no one was like, don't watch the episode, just read. He just did it. At first he read the chapter and he, Zoro Papa forgive. At first he read the chapter and he was like, I don't want to watch the episode. And I was like, you motherfucker, dude. After all the shit you were talking about us complaining about cuts, you get your ass in there, you watch that episode now. You sit down, Clockwork Orange, you fucking pry your eyes open and watch it. He's a different man, I think. Here's the inevitable. I have not checked Discord yet. I see that I have one DM. I'm gonna assume it's Jordan saying Bubba boomed me or something about Bubba. He said Bubba boomed me again, bruh. Yeah, okay. Now check my DM. I saw it was a video and I closed Discord. Does everyone really think that this episode was the worst? I mean, not everyone. Why you low-key sound like Moist Critical though? I don't. You know, we gotta deal with these allegations right here and right now. Okay? Sorry, I just thought Jordan get timed out again. I do not sound like Moist Critical. Cat. Are you a big sports fan? No, I'm sorry. I went to a baseball game once when I was a kid and it gave me a headache. I wish Kobe even told if to not read it. Are you serious? Wow. Do a moist critical impression. I can do a moist critical impression. I was just saying I don't baseline sound like him. When are you gonna upload your moist meter of ReZero Season 3? I'm afraid if I do that, people will tell me to kill myself. How did the game give you a headache? Oh, it was fucking loud, man! It should fucking... I was supposed to be indoors playing World of Warcraft, man. I was like 12. I was not built for that shit. My first thought when I watched your first video was that I found a secret anime channel of Moist Critical. I wish, man. I wish I was Moist Critical. You know how much fucking money I'd have? God damn. I wouldn't be making weekly episode videos trying to pay my bills. Do a poll if you sound like Moist Critical. I'm not gonna like the response, so I don't know if I'm gonna do that. You'd have lots of money, but you'd also be one of the most boring white men possible. Damn. Yeah, but you'd be short. I mean, I'm only like, I think I'm like 5'9" or 5'10" or something. I don't know. Kind of average. The ReZero situation is insane. Should I make... Should I make 2 April Fool's videos? And the first one is... The ReZero situation is insane, and it's me talking like critical for like 9 minutes. Without giving any actual opinions, and the video just ends. You ever played any ReZero gacha games? I was gonna play Witch's Resurrection when it came out, but it came out at the same time as the World of Warcraft expansion did. So I didn't play it. Carol cut from the anime? Carol was cut from the light novel, not the anime. Make the title like addressing the allegations. You need to pay for monthly to play World of Warcraft? Depends on what you're playing. But we'll keep that on the back burner for now, right? Keep that one under wraps till the end of the stream. Sorry. Fuck. They're coming. It's wraps. Do you think I should remake this ReZero Season 3 Hungarian fan sub as a random fan of the anime? The current translation isn't great. Oh, fuck it, yeah, if you can. Favorite video game? Silent Hill 2. Lock it. Are you in college? No. I can't afford that shit, I'm an American. Gordon coming? He'll be here eventually. I gotta say my piece before he comes in. Any interest in Monster Hunter Wilds? I mean, I like Monster Hunter. I've got other shit going on. Oh yeah. Episode poll. Let's do that. Episode thoughts? Question mark. Peak. Good. Meh. Ass. Who exactly is Jordan? He's kind of like the he's like the punching bag, man. It's kind of fucked up. They do him dirty, man. Which character would you say has suffered most from the anime adaptation in total from seasons 1 to 3? Probably Ferris. Rank the episodes? I could do an episode ranking stream one day, maybe after episode 16. You think they will adapt side stories before season 5? I don't know. It'd be nice. Not Al? The message said excluding Al. So I had to exclude Al. Make a web novel chapter ranking video? You're fucked up, you know that? You're a fucked up little guy for that. You ever thought of doing every name chapter tier list? I've never thought of that in my life, but I mean I could maybe. Jordan rated this episode a 6? Oh my god, this episode is ass. I didn't know he rated it a 6, dude. I just checked Discord. Oh my god. Dude, no way on the poll good and meh are tied. It's actually over. Did he read the chapter? I said it to him, but he was at work, so I don't know if he had time to. It's a really fucking long chapter, so. A 6 from Jordan is like a 9 from Afu. Oh, man. Should we just get Jordan on? Should we just start it? I got shit to do later. Jordan, just call me. Hey, man.
You know, I'm a little afraid to be on the stage this week, man.
Yep.
You know, man. It seems that the ReZero community is on 20 this week.
What the fuck?
What? Right when I join is crazy. Right when I join is actually crazy. Here this motherfucker go, bro. Pulling out the
All
gold.
right, Jordan, keep it down for a few hours. All right, we got some we got some notifications coming through for the next 20 minutes.
All right, well, it seems this is about to be the day. Gifting memberships on a rough episode day is crazy, bro. We need to get this next week. We need to get this next week. I heard next week hopefully will be better.
Thank you for the 50, man. That's crazy. Holy shit. Yeah, you gotta eat a shoe now, man.
Oh my fuck.
One
thing at a time, okay?
You have a good day?
Yeah, not bad. Not bad. Very, very busy. Very busy. I was trying to read that chapter, but like, unfortunately, we're in the situation where people are kind of like, they're supposed to sign up for what they're supposed to do, but they just start dropping by, and it's like, okay, you know, we can't turn them away.
Yeah, I figured there wasn't a high chance you'd be able to read it because you're at work, but I figured I'd send it to you anyway.
Yeah, like if I was on my lunch break, you know, I would have definitely got like halfway through for sure. But
holy shit, dude!
They kept coming in.
Look at all these gifted. Not a single one for Bubba.
I I know, right? That what you get for banning me, bruh. Hold that, bitch. God, maybe if you stop banning me, you get one. Damn. But yeah, for real, thank you, Crow. It's good to see you, buddy. I hope you're having
that's crazy,
a nice,
man. Thank you.
A nice start to your March, dude.
Crow, are you?
You know what I mean?
I just gotta ask, are you an oil baron?
Dude, he might, or they might just be, man. They might just be. You know, I hope I don't get gifted so I can uphold my promise to join when Jordan puts on the maid outfit. Oh god. Oh god. Anime Japan's around the corner, guys. Don't forget.
We have a big stream planned for Anime Japan. Jordan has plans that I don't know about. Jordan and I talked about having some stretch goals for that stream so we can make some dreams come true.
This is true.
There's a stretch goal on there that people have asked me to do for probably like 2.5 years.
It's been that long?
I say no every time.
I'll pay $100 for Jordan eating the shoe with the maid outfit. Okay, guys, it's not my maid outfit, so you know I'd have to schedule an appointment for all that. Okay, also, it's a friend of mine's, and she's letting me borrow it.
For those in chat saying "fuck your luck," I'm pretty sure you have to manually enable being gifted YouTube memberships. So you should Google that and do it.
That is true. What happening at Anime Japan? ReZero will be having a booth, or I guess is booth the right word? Yeah, there we go. They're having a red stage, chat. Usually red and blue tends to be the ones people pay attention to in general, but mostly red. I'm pretty sure blue is like more calmer in terms of anticipation. Red is usually like the that's like ReZero, Gachiakuta. I think Fire Force has a red stage, I think. So yeah, those are the big boys everybody pays attention to.
Why is Afu's like posting fake gifted memberships to Bubba like he's a fan, dude? It got deleted. It's gone. He deleted it.
With these gifts, Jordan owes us more poses in the outfit. I'm doing the Subaru pose. What more? Okay, chat, listen. Let me make this clear, chat. Okay, the friend I'm borrowing this maid outfit, she is short, so this shit might like rip if I lean forward. I don't want to pay for a girl's maid outfit, all right? I got enough to pay for these days, all right? You people are expensive enough. All right. Jesus Christ.
Are there gonna be big announcements? I mean, that's what the red stage implies, but stranger things have happened.
Yeah. Biggest announcement that'll be there is most likely will be Gachiakuta's anime trailer. That's probably gonna be the biggest thing there, chat. If you don't read Gachiakuta, you're gonna find out what Gachiakuta is, and if you do read, then you know what's up.
Did that ReZero Witches whatever game release yet? Buddy, it came out like 9 months ago. Yeah, it's out. No one gives a shit, that's the issue.
Yeah, unfortunately to say. Unfortunately, Jordan should have asked for more money if he's complaining about the maid outfit. No, I'm not complaining. I'm just, I got plans, buddy. I got things to do. Yeah, I got oil barons to smuggle in.
Branded channels can't gift it. It's just stupid. It's like really? the gifted system. The gifted system on YouTube is fucking terrible.
Dude, everything on YouTube is terrible, bro. Oh my god.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Everything, bro.
But I just like it. I just like it way more than Twitch, man.
This is true. This is very true. I pray that there's enough backlash against the upcoming changes that they fucking back down. Surely there's enough big YouTubers out there. They're gonna be like, yo, YouTube, we see you, motherfuckers. Please. I hope, dude. I hope. Goodness gracious. New MHA TV and PV. Yeah, that too.
I mean, we're doing a bet about it in the Discord if you guys are ever interested in that. But we're doing a bet about what'll be at the red stage this year, or I guess in 2 weeks now, a week and a half. Somewhere on there?
Yeah, week and a half at this point, as of today.
First guess is Season 4 announcement. Second guess is side story adaptation announcement. Third guess is both. And if you pick both, something fundamentally wrong with you, but I support you. There is no option for nothing, because if nothing happens, and it's really funny, and I'll just dissolve the poll anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Make sure you place your bets, chat. Place your bets. It's time to get rich out here.
Is Jordan 6'4"? No, he's 5'4". Common misconception.
I am sick. Oh my god. Please chill on me, chat. Don't start the ass beating yet, please.
Jordan is 6'8", but like personality-wise, he's like 5'1".
Oh my god! Wait, what do you mean by that? That's a layered statement. What are you trying to say, buddy? What are you trying to say? I know what you're really trying to say, buddy. Whoa, Jordan definitely not taller than me, bro. I'm like 6'3", Bubba. You're like up by an inch, bro. All right, slow down. Damn. Goodness gracious. YouTube is better if you have an AMD GPU since it supports AV1. I actually didn't know that, to be honest. What a peculiar specification. I did not know that. Bubba versus Jordan, who you got? Yo, I'm done with Bubba in like 2, bro.
I'm pretty sure Jordan might beat Bubba's ass, yeah.
I need to hear Jordan elaborate on the 6 out of 10 before we jump him.
No, the only reason why I jump him is because it's not low enough.
I love you, Bubba, but you gotta hold that, buddy. you gonna have to hold that one, gang. I'm sorry. We are not jumping him. Chat, I'm not gonna lie. Listen, okay. Getting into the actual episode, this is definitely the weakest episode in the entire core, hands down. Like, I did not think that they.
Up, dude,
listen to me. Listen. I did not think that they were going to make an episode that will be lower than Liliana's, and that says something. Like, Liliana's episode wasn't necessarily like crazy either, but like between the Priscilla stuff and no, not even Priscilla's. No. Between Priscilla in general, right? Just her presence in the episode, and then Liliana's song being that good, I gave it a 7. I was like, you know what? I can give it a 7, a smooth 7. But this was like a 6. It was okay. I was personally really excited for this episode. I'm a big fan of sword fights, especially choreography. I don't even think this episode had a cut that was like better than the initial cut when Wilhelm cut her like her cloak and it revealed her face. You know what I mean? Even that had like a little bit more like oomph. Like, sure, like the little camera direction was cool when like she flipped over Wilhelm and all that good stuff, but this episode was really like just okay. And I don't know if it's because like I know enough already about the context of their backstory, and like we spent a good amount of time. Well, not a good amount of time. We spent like one third of the stuff kind of like revisiting stuff we already knew, right? And then the other 2/3 was new stuff, and it was fine. There were some cool scenes with Theresia, mainly the one with like this, like how the camera's kind of panning in towards her with the field around the swords and all that good stuff. But you know, other than that, it was just like okay. Like the Pandora stuff was cool too. You know, it got some clarification on how she really got, you know, boomed off the face of the planet. But I didn't necessarily find myself impressed with anything this episode. I would say that this is just a very conclusive episode in terms of like phase 1 of this whole family drama. You know what I mean? That's just me though. That's just me. I'm crashing out. I'm so mad at anime production. Yeah, I mean, man, look, I'll get to that too because I got a couple of things to say about that this week, as if I don't every week. But I have something particular to say. I bet if Theresia was a man, Jordan would be drooling right now. Okay, are you? What are you implying? What are you implying by that statement?
I want to get this out of the way. I haven't even told Jordan mostly anything about this episode yet. The only thing I did tell him about, because he sent me a screen cap of Heinkel's wife, just like, what the fuck is going on with this? And I was like, I mean, don't worry. Like, she was just cut. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I was surprised, chat, to hear about the Heinkel and his wife, bro. Like that right there, bro.
I told him about the Sleeping Beauty disease because it just came up in conversation, but I haven't told him anything else yet.
Yeah, I mean, oh god, I mean, chat again. You know, starting with the episode, you know, we had the little cute start of Wilhelm and Theresia in the field. You know, the flower stuff came back, so that's what I was talking about when I said 1/3 was gonna spin on stuff we already knew. We return to the flashback. You know, we get a little bit of battle ballad stuff. That's what it's called, right? Officially, not Willogy. It's battle ballad. That's what it's called, right?
Well, I mean, there's EX2, EX3 battle ballad, but
okay. Well, the demi-human war, right? Yeah. You know, we get to that whole time period. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So EX2, we get to EX2 and all that good stuff, and you know, we kind of, I mean, we go through kind of like all of that stuff in like bits and pieces, right? They showed how Wilhelm was still hesitant to say, you know, I love you and all that good stuff. We saw how, you know, the demi-human war, we got the first like really good vivid imagery of just how brutal that war was. You know, I did like the background art and like the color scheme. You know, it was kind of, it fit the war and all that good stuff, right? And of course, you know, before we get too deep into the backstory though, you know, we pull back to the present, and I swear to God, I said last week that Wilhelm had a giant red flag, but there is nothing worse than a giant red flag than somebody's fucking bitch ass that's somewhere they don't need to be looking at Heinkel. Like, oh my god, bro. I had to take out my headphones, bro, when Heinkel came out. Like, dude, he's like, Mom, and he throws off Wilhelm, and I'm like, all right, well, there goes the red flag. Like, that's why I had a red flag. Man's got a permanent injury on his damn leg now. So again, I don't see Camp surviving much more longer. This man Wilhelm can probably barely run now. I mean, he probably can run, but a leg injury is definitely nothing to sneeze at, especially since it was a very clean hit in comparison to what Theresia did. But I digress. Nah, bro, Liliana's episode was way worse, bro. I actually slept through it after the halfway point. I mean, personally, bro, listen, I can't do nothing for you when it comes to like sleeping in it. Like, that's like a personal problem. But I just feel like the song in the Liliana episode and some of the lore drop. Yeah, the song was exceptionally good, man. Like, you can't even say that. Like, if you have a problem with the content itself, that's fine, but you can't shit on the song, dog.
This is my thing about the Liliana episode, is that when the song started playing, I felt like I was watching a fucking actual ReZero episode.
Yeah. Like I don't know, like the way the song was going on and like Priscilla was starting to like slowly turn up, bro. Like that, those two things mixed, man. You know what I mean? Like that stuff went hard. You know what I mean? I was cool with it. And the thing is too, like, you have to admit this, right, chat? The people already had low expectations for the Liliana's episode because it was a Liliana episode. You know what I mean? So for it to do better than what people were already expecting, that says more than the episode that people had high expectations for, and then it let them down.
I mean, I don't really know how else to phrase it to you besides that, like, the Theresia chapter, the Theresia episode, this is the emotional climax of the arc. And this is how it turned out in the anime.
Oof. Well, that's going to overall hurt the season score.
Technically, in terms of, like, the timeline, it's been reworked a little bit, because obviously there's 2 more episodes after this, but this is like the end of pretty much the arc. It got reworked a little bit, so it's even more of a curtain's close for the entire arc as well.
I see, dude. That's oh boy, that's not good, chat. I'm not gonna lie, that's not good. The divine protection works in wide proximity due to Theresia's body, so when her body fades to dust, all the permanent wounds can be healed again. Oh, okay, good. Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay, so Wilhelm's like unnerved in that aspect a little bit. Oh, that's good. Didn't know that. Good information to know. Thank you, Pyro. But yeah, so this episode kind of reminded me of like, I know you're gonna hate what I'm about to say, Asa. It reminded me of like the Todoroki family in terms of like that fateful, that tragic recounter. Reinhardt had pulled up right on time, and Heinkel was crashing out, and fucking Wilhelm was on the ground, like, Theresia, look at me. Look at me, you know what I mean? I will say this, though. I am surprised. Okay, technically, by technicality, I'm not surprised. But just in the grand picture, I am surprised as hell that Reinhardt was able to pull out the sword now. I know why he had to pull out the sword now. Or I know why the sword allowed itself to be pulled now. Because she was the former sword saint. And the sword would naturally deem its former wielder a worthy opponent, you know what I mean? And just in terms of skill. But even so, I'm like, here? You know, like, when we needed this, like, maybe 2 weeks ago? Okay. You know what I mean? Like, sure, Taipei, I guess. But, I mean, not only that, but he one-tapped her. I don't even, like he one-tapped her so hard that she started, like, seeing, like, I don't even know, like, it was like a glimpse of, like, her life.
Hit her so hard that she had a flashback, bro.
Bro, he hit her so hard she came back to like reality for a second. You know what I mean? I would like that. That's one of my notes at the end. Like it's literally says how hard did Reinhardt hit her, bro? She came back online like more intensely than Kurgan did. Kurgan had like one word, Mikoto, and then he fell. But she was like, she gave a whole like last little bit of closure. You know what I mean? Like that is crazy to me. I did think that was cool though. Yeah. AED. I did think that was cool though. The sword essentially like slashed us into a flashback. You know what I mean? So it, very, very interesting there. But, we go to the backstory, of course, the full on backstory of Theresia and how, she basically got RNG blessed, and she stole her brother's dream. And I think this is one of the things I mentioned early on about, I think I mentioned this in episode 1, actually, of season 3, when we got to the introduction of the family drama about the divine protection and how the divine protection can be sort of a curse. And I think that in terms of Theresia's life, the divine protection was definitely a curse. I think it's poetic in that sense. You know what I mean? Blessing equals curse kind of deal. And we get to the backstory of the demi-human war and how she was hiding away, and how her brother had his own version of, you don't have to pick up the sword, I will protect you, or you have no reason to wield the sword, you know what I mean, or I will be your reason for I'm sorry, you don't have to pick up the sword, basically, right? And all her family members died, you know what I mean, because she didn't pick up the sword, and that led to her conviction of essentially having to eventually overcome that biggest wall, you know what I mean? And it's just a lot of drama. I will say, like, even though I thought this episode was really just okay, I felt bad for Theresia as a character, because imagine one day you just get RNG blessed by something, or RNG cursed, rather, in her case. RNG cursed by something that you didn't even ask for. It just simply chooses. The divine protections essentially have a will of their own, because that technically makes sense looking at Stride, because Stride manipulated that very will. And one of the things I want to talk about, of course, chat, we talked about this last week, but seeing the demi-human war and just seeing like some stuff that kind of happened during that time period, I definitely feel like, there is some genuine potential for a side movie with the EX2 and all that good stuff. You know what I mean? I think that there is some potential. It's definitely out there. I'm not saying that it's going to be easy to do, obviously. I feel like if they do a side story movie, it needs to not be in White Fox's hands, because for all I know, White Fox is still gonna strip stuff out. Even if it's put in the movie chat, I think we all need to keep in mind that movie runtime does not automatically equal better than episode runtime. There's still a cap on movie runtime, and anime movies don't typically go over 3 hours. You know what I mean? Or not even 3, more like 2 on average. They barely push over 2 sometimes. You know what I mean? Hi guys, that was so fucking peak and the best thing ever, right, Jordan? Caper buddy? I don't know how to tell you this, but for once, I'm actually disappointed, and it's rare for me to be disappointed in things, chat. Ever. Ever, chat. You know what I mean? I got cured by the divine protection of Aura. Bubba, please. You got blessed with the divine protection of Gooning, bro. Stop the cap.
Also passed from you, huh? Just like the Sword Saint?
Whoa! You about to fucking one for all connect me like this, bro. Stop. Oh my god.
Holy.
The previous wielder is Brawny, thank you. So yeah, I'm thinking about a side movie, chat, but we'll come back to that. We'll come back to that. I did like how the big brother, before he passed away as well, he mentioned the idea of being grateful to the sword. I think that's a really, really cool way of just saying how this life of violence, it still has its merits. You know what I mean? And then of course I said, rip the big bro and the fam. Talked about a curse and a blessing. And then of course, we have Wilhelm's version of like, you don't have to, you do not have to pick up the sword. I thought that was a cool parallel between the big brother and her husband. I guess stuff. You know what I mean? I haven't, of course I have the mention of Battle Ballad. And we do get this new scene this time with more context about how Theresia had to stop Wilhelm from following her into battle, and that is how she originally bestowed him his cut. And then, of course, we get to the actual battle itself, and we see the divine protection basically AFK'd alt F4, I'm out. You know what I mean? I was surprised to see, though, that Pandora was present. You know what I mean? When I think about how the witches, it's weird. The witches kind of like, I don't know how. When they were all alive. Okay, let's put it like that. When they were all alive, I really don't think the witches didn't fuck with each other like that when they were all alive. You know what I mean? In terms of collaboration. Even the Sin Archbishops have like a little bit more collaboration, even if it's not necessarily like the most organized. The fact that they all 4 grouped up and took siege on the city, even the Archbishops have a little bit more collaboration compared to the witches. So I'm surprised to see Pandora anywhere near a creation of the Witch of Gluttony. You know what I mean? I am. That's the right one. That's the one who created the beast, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised to see just Pandora there. You know, I was like, oh man, you know, I thought they kind of like kept their own devices, creations, aspects of the world to themselves and never really intruded upon each other's territory. Um, and how Theresia was killed, I mean, damn, you know, all she said was, I want to understand you. But, you know, ReZero always has that interesting way of kind of like bestowing a kill blow with words. You know what I mean? It's kind of like how, you know, it's kind of like how in episode 1 when Subaru was like, I feel sick after he just died. It's kind of like that. Like, it's such a simple statement, but it's so creepy and eerie in terms of context or in context in the moment. You know what I mean? So, Schult equals Rui equals Pandora. Yo, somebody mute that Natsumi guy. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Don't do that, Bubba. Don't do that. I'm just kidding. Natsumi, I love you. I'm just kidding. She was near the Black Serpent in Arc 4. Was she? Do I know this, Asa? Am I supposed to know this?
I don't fucking remember, man. I haven't watched season 2
Okay,
so
cool.
long.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I mean, like I know what happened, but I don't fucking know if it's in the anime. I don't fucking. I can't keep all this shit straight in my head anymore, man. I'm fucking losing it.
Wait, you know what she was? Isn't that in the flashback? When Amelia's flashback and like the Black Serpent is slowly encroaching on the forest, right?
Yep.
And then Amelia is like running towards the gate. Yeah. You're right, Shadow. You're right. My bad, Chad. It's been a minute. I have to remember how Homeboy got killed by the Black Serpent and all that good stuff. So yeah. I talked about how what the fuck did Ryan hit her with, and then you know her last regret and all that good stuff. It's fuck Heinkel, by the way. Well, let me go back. Let me not skip over that. But I did, you know, her last little bit of regret with Wilhelm and all that good stuff. You know what I mean? That was a nice moment. It was cool. You know what I mean? It brought some closure to Wilhelm. Dude, I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm just like, dude, man, this is tough for me, man. I don't like shitting on Wilhelm, bro. I fuck with him heavy, but I'm like unmoved this week, man. Like I don't know, man. This did not hit as hard as I would have liked to, man. It really didn't. It's unfortunate. Like, I don't know how much sauce was stripped from the episode. I know it was a substantial amount of sauce. Like, it's probably like 3 Bubba sauces worth of sauce, but you know, I just like, I don't know, man. Like, it was sad. It was tragic. I know it brought closure to the situation for Wilhelm, and I'm glad. And I'm sure it was tragic for Reinhardt. Which, by the way, I'm surprised that Reinhardt didn't get to speak to Grandma at all. You know, I was surprised to see that. You know, just not just one word, like not even like a thank you from Grandma to Reinhardt. You know, like, damn. Wait, did Jordan start the stream disappointed, or how we talk about? Okay, I started the stream. Caper, my first statement was that the episode was a 6 out of 10. I don't want to say I'm disappointed because I don't know everything in terms of content that was cut for me to be disappointed all the way, fairly enough. But I will say that for this to supposedly be the emotional climax of the arc, I am definitely underwhelmed, I would say. So, yeah, I mean, again, I was expecting a little bit more from the fight itself. I don't know how much of the fight there was in the actual light novel. And if the fight was short, chat, then that's all good. You know what I mean? I just think that coming off Garfield, I felt like we were going to have like a, okay. Like, do you realize, chat, like, it's kind of crazy to say how, like, okay, let me not even say that. I don't even want to bring up MHA. I don't even want to bring up MHA. But, like, no, I'm going to have to bring up MHA, chat. Chat, I'll put you like this, chat. Last week for MHA, for me, or not MHA, last week for ReZero, right, was like the Todoroki episode, right? The Todoroki family conclusion. And then this week, I was expecting, like, Oshako versus Toga, right? But, like, it's not even, like, consistent. You know what I mean? Like, last week was really good, even with, like, the cuts that apparently, like, okay, chat, don't get me wrong. Again, I know that last week, the emotional stuff for Garfield was cut. I know he was beat up for hours for a pulp. I know it kind of, like, took away a lot from the magnificent tiger, or the gorgeous tiger thing. I understand. But even so, with what we got, and just reasonably considering the fact that they could not have stretched out Garfield getting beat up for hours in one episode, I can digest it. You know what I mean? This just feels like this just like it didn't continue that momentum, man. You know what I mean? It did not continue that momentum for the last 3 major episodes or last 4 major episodes of the season. This like really put like a curb stomp on that momentum this week. That's just my opinion, though. It wasn't a bad episode. I just thought it was just like, okay, it was okay. We're still, you know, it's still fuck Heinkel. You know what I mean? And like, dude,
this is actually,
you know,
and timeline, dude.
I will say the one thing that was good from this section that was like pleased with was the fact that when Wilhelm asked Reinhardt if he regretted what he did, and he said no. He said that he did not. Well, you're going to drown in your blood. Bubba, please tell me what you could possibly have an issue with. I would love to hear it. And I hope it make sense, because I'm going to boom you if it doesn't. The one thing, that was the one thing I was pleased with, chat, when Reinhardt said that he does not regret doing what he had to do. You know what I mean? I think that's a very nuanced reply, because in hindsight, it's like, obviously, if he could not kill his grandma that day, he would. But it's because that she's dead that he was able to be here prepared for this exact situation right now. This episode is like Toga Ochako. No, Bubba, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying Todoroki to Ochako episode was back-to-back bangers, right? I expected back-to-back bangers coming off of last week, but this is not the case. That's what I'm saying, Bubba. That's what I'm saying. Todoroki to Ochako was back-to-back bangers. This episode proves that this is not back-to-back bangers. You feel me? That's what I'm saying. I liked Ochako versus Toga. I thought it was as good as it could have gotten, especially at the end of the season. But yeah, chat. So, and like Heinkel's crashing out, bro. And like, dude, Heinkel is literally like the Dobby, but like with no sauce, bro. No sauce, no aura, just angry, still trying to gaslight Reinhardt into thinking everything is his fight, or everything is his fault. You know what I mean? Jordan, you got that good energy, bro. You can hear in his voice. Hey, man, you know, I'm just saying, chat. I'm just saying. You know, and Heinkel just kind of sits there, and everybody kind of walks away. You know, I think Wilhelm probably is going to go bury Theresia's remains, and Reinhardt's heading off to the next fight. I assume he's going to go link up with Julius, and Heinkel's just like sitting there. And I guess you have to take it as like, you know, what everyone is left with. You know what I mean? Heinkel is left with his rage. Wilhelm is left with closure, and Reinhardt is left with the truth, knowing that he didn't necessarily kill his grandma in the way that he wanted to, but he did it because he knew that it was just a thing that he had to do in the moment. And I really like characters who kind of do what they have to do in the moment, because that is what they believe they must do. So I respect it. You know what I mean? I respect it. What the fuck? Did I just delete? Bro. Oh, here it is. I thought I fucking deleted my notes, bro. Oh my God. So chat, we've got one more major fight, I guess, or maybe two. I guess Al may still have a fight, I guess, if if Capella is still on the board.
Al versus Capella, Otto and Felt versus Lay, and then
that's it for me, chat.
Al versus Capella, Otto, Felt versus Lay, and then...
Oh my God, you're right. Otto and Felt versus Lay. That's right. The meteor. Holy shit! How did I forget that? Yeah. Jesus Christ! It's because it just happened. I'm still thinking about I'm thinking about my previous roster. It's because it just into the fray. But okay, so we got three major fights though. Three major fights. My bad, chat. My apologies. We got three major fights still. With that being said, chat, this episode, man. Well, let me pause for a second here, chat. Also, let me turn this to you for a second, buddy, because. I gotta ask you something, dude.
What's up, man?
Do you feel like the reaction from the ReZero community today is like MHA season 5 all over again?
Oh, absolutely.
I've been seeing. Okay, you realize that's not a statement. That's not something you can say lightly. You know that, right?
Oh no, I think it's worse.
No, you don't. That's cap. Stop the cap.
I think the ReZero fandom is worse than the MHA fandom in season 5.
Oh my God! Yo, ReZero fandom is crashing out, bro. Good, great. Because I've been like going around, like when I was at work, I was sitting down and just kind of like reading like some comments, right? And it's just like, bro, they're acting the same way, man. They're acting the same exact way, and it gives me such depressing deja vu, because I'm like, man, I would never have imagined that ReZero would step even in the similar direction of the MHA community. You know what I mean? Like, chat, I've said it once, I've said it twice, I've said it thrice, I'm gonna say it again. Light novel adaptations from an anime standpoint are 8 times out of 10 these days in the current anime industry going to be fundamentally flawed, simply because two core anime adaptations are just not enough. In terms of episode count, in terms of episode length, it's just not going to work with a light novel adaptation. And because of that, light novel fans, unfortunately to say, like, I don't say this as like a way of trying to as a way of like saying this is how people should think objectively, but from a reality of the situation standpoint, people need to walk into their light novel anime adaptations expecting things to be cut across the board all the time. You know what I mean? Again, the 86 is a dimes a dozen like exception. ReZero has just not seemed to really figure out how to trim down on more and more egregious cuts. And it just seems like today was the breaking point. I mean, I know Al has always been building up to be a significant issue that will just persist for the long term, and it seems like it's just going to keep happening. I don't know what the hell they are going to do with Aldebaran in the future when they finally open arc like 8 or 9 and see that this motherfucker is like top 3 in the verse in terms of narrative importance, from what I've been getting whispers of, but I've muted all that stuff so I don't get spoiled. But the reason I don't want to say the ReZero community flat out because I know it's not everybody, but there have been a lot of individuals today, Chad, that I have seen that have gotten very defensive and upset over people being pissed off about this episode. And I'm like, this is a light novel anime adaptation. This should be expected. You know what I mean? As a Classroom of the Elite fan and someone who liked the Percy Jackson books, no one can tell me what a bad adaptation. This is true, Luma. Luma, I kid you not. I have said this multiple times in this chat that Classroom of the Elite is the most egregious one. I agree with you 100%. I don't read Classroom of the Elite, Luma, but I did watch one video about it, about Ayana Koji, and yeah, Night and Day, I'm sorry. I feel like I see so many people saying that they can't fit everything into the anime and stuff has to be cut, but I really just think the issue isn't with the medium, but the direction executed. I think it's both, Uguay. I really think it's both, because I feel like, Uguay, like, I hear what you're saying, right? I definitely think direction could play a very detrimental part, right? But at the same time, do you not like you would agree, of course, that stuff like Aldebaran, just Al on his own is significant enough that would make you kind of scratch the back of your head, you know what I mean? And they've done it for 2 different seasons now, 1 and 3. I don't count 2 because Aldebaran wasn't in 2, but they've done it for 1 and 2. And it's like, knowing what you guys know in the future, do you not think that the ricochet effect going into the future will just continuously hit harder and harder? You know what I mean? Like everything that keeps getting cut just ricochets harder and harder into the next big thing. You know what I mean? First, in season 1, it was supposed to be like Aldebaran and like Rem having a conversation, right? Now, in season 3, it's like this whole thing with Aldebaran and like, you know, being from another world. And it's just going to keep ricocheting more and more until we get to the actual like crucial in-game content. And it's just not going to hit as hard because they're either going to cut it or it's so stripped down that it's not going to have the same impact. And it's like, bro, you know what I mean? Like, the issues isn't that there were cuts, it's rather what was cut. Yeah, exactly, Crow. Like, it's like when you got like, I don't think people would have a crazy amount of stuff in terms of quantity of cuts if substantial cuts were like taken, or the more like crucial content was taken care of more often. You know what I mean? That's like one of the biggest things. Oh yeah, the choice of cuts was awful, but it was absolutely possible to make better use of given runtime. That's absolutely fair, Uguay, 100%. Yeah. I mean, like, yeah, like if you guys have a directional standpoint, you know what I mean? Like we can definitely have a conversation about that as well. But I don't know. I just feel like I don't know. Like chat. I would say this, chat. Like last week isn't necessarily impressive direction wise either. It's more so of just like, because it was such an action heavy episode and they had Vincent, that people were able to really just kind of give it some fair room. You know what I mean? Like for once, the entire anime community woke up. The Sakuga community woke up, and it was for ReZero. Like, you don't hear that often. You know what I mean? So people get excited. Why is Barney in the hole? So Barney is me, and chat hates me, so they put me in the hole. Can they just increase the runtime, for fuck's sakes? I don't mind watching. So that's the thing. You have to consider the fact that this is on Japanese national television. There's this whole thing about time slots, what stations are willing to offer. Are executives willing to put forth the money to basically put 2 episodes into one format per week? You know what I mean? Like, because 45 minutes is basically 2 episodes of anime in one. So it's like, will they be willing to do that? And the answer is hell no. Hell no.
Why don't they
chat.
simply make the anime good? That's what I don't understand. Like, just press the make anime good button, you know what I mean?
You know, man, you ask some real questions that unfortunately not even Mappa has the answers to. So,
Damn,
you know,
that's tough.
you know, that is real tough, man. It is exceptionally tough. What did Caper say? Capitalism machine goes bird. Yeah, I mean, you know, as always, I mean, look at MHA, man. You know, unfortunately to say, even though things were cut in season 1, I still felt like it was a pretty fire anime. Season 3 cuts just make it feel like a hollow story. Yeah, like, and it's sad because like the potential is there. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I was thinking about this at work after I finished eating lunch, man. It's like when ReZero has like episodes like this, they do not feel. I don't know, man. Like, oh, man, hot damn. How do I put this, man? I don't know, man. It's like, okay, I put it to you like this, chat, right? When we look at parent and child, oh god, I have to fucking gas parent and child over choose me. Gosh, damn it. when we look at parent and child, okay, the entire episode had a very unique approach. It was a very unique, like, I don't know if you want to call it shader or like art style to it, but like it made sure that you knew that Subaru was not in reality, right? He was in a fabricated timeline where he was still with his parents. And he was able to basically get some closure on what he didn't do and who he was before he got isekai. But that unique approach is something that idea of approaching an episode in that way. I wish that like that was approached to all sorts of like specific, unique ReZero episodes, such as the speech, such as this episode. Maybe even last week with Gorgeous Tiger, you know what I mean? But like, obviously, this comes down to a very case-by-case basis that I cannot respectfully go on and on about because I do not read ReZero, so I'm gonna just stop it there. But you guys know what I mean? Like, you want to be able to feel like you're coming into something special. And they give you the content, they give you some cool moments, some cool backgrounds, but you don't really have those episodes that are defined by something special. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, and like I don't want to like rant on about it too much because obviously what I may be asking is essentially asking for unrealistic expectations from the anime team given the circumstances they are dealt with, and I want to be sensible and reasonable. But I mean, y'all deserve better, man. Like that's just y'all deserve better, man. Y'all are the king of fucking isekai. It's 2025, and you motherfuckers are still on top. Y'all have had competition, and that shit has come and gone. You know what I mean? Like, people dropped Slime because they said the latest season was boring. You know, Danmachi's not an isekai. Mushoku Tensei got too many allegations against it to even consider it, like, clear of the competition. Y'all are the king of isekai. All these years, yeah, there have been room for another series to take y'all spot. Didn't happen. Y'all come back after umpteenth years of improvements and animators entering the industry. And here we are.
I've been saying
Here
that season
we
3 is like a glorified clip show.
Frosty, that's so true. Yeah, no. Yeah,
Like,
I'm talking about...
Season 3 is like, here's this cool thing you read, here's this cool thing you read, here's this cool thing you read, here's the ending, and then the episode ends.
Yeah. Like, it doesn't really, like... I don't know, it's like, it's interesting, because I've never encountered a fantasy series where I'm invested enough to really think about approach. You know what I mean? This is a new one for me, because from a fundamental level, it's like... I don't know, man. I really do not know. Like, it's like between the... It's like you have to ask yourself, like, what makes fantasy anime so special outside of just the themes and stuff? Like what, like... I don't know, man. Like, this shit can go deep, man. This shit can go really deep in terms of like the fundamentals and what really defines a world. It's like, I put it to you like this, chat. You know what I mean? Like, when we talk about series like Frieren and Dungeon Meshi, you know what I mean? Neither of those shows are known for their action. They are still fantasy acquainted series, but there is a special sauce that is depicted in both of those things that really just reminded you every week that you are on a special ride that is not of the common world. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm sure you're probably saying like, no shit, it's fantasy, but like, you guys need to think from a storytelling perspective and like as an audience, right? You are just watching the world, right, or watching the story. So we are in reality. You know what I mean? How do we get absorbed in these stories, right? And then you look at Dungeon Meshi and it gets you like involved in this deep ass world building with like these very interesting depictions of the history and the lore and all that good stuff. You know what I mean? And then you look at Freewind and it's like Freewind has these fucking like these very like just strongly artistic episodes away from the action. I mean, the first 4 episodes of Freewind was literally just calm. It was just calm, but we saw so much beauty in just the daily life, the weight of life that affected these characters. You know what I mean? So, but that's just my thing, chat. But as far as cut content though, man, lay it on me. What are we dealing with this week?
So the first cut thing, this is an example of something that can get cut, you know? Like, it's fine.
Uh-huh.
I mean, obviously, you'd want everything to stay, etc., but if this is one of the things that gets cut, it's understandable. It's just like some exposition about the dragon sword.
Okay.
It basically just goes, the dragon sword reed is shrouded in mystery, a family heirloom passed down through the generations, a sacred blade that can only be drawn by the sword saints. There were past sword saints who never once saw its naked blade. A legendary object said to have slain witches, dragons, and oni gods. There was only one thing that could be said for sure. Once it was drawn, it had never once been sheathed without cutting something first.
Interesting.
So, like,
without cutting something first.
It's cool if that was in there, but like if it's not in there, I get it.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I get it. That's like more like a side description. Understandable.
Yeah, basically the dragon sword was ore farming.
Oh shit. I mean, hey, it's cool little description though.
Yeah. Very cool way to describe a fucking sword, right?
Right. Yeah. I'm cool with it. Calm.
Now this is probably one of the most frustrating things about the episode.
Okay.
The core fundamental character conflict for Theresia was removed from the episode.
Okay.
And that's she so desperately hated her family. She hated Reed Astrea because he was the legendary Astrea, and she never wanted to be the Sword Saint because she was born with the divine protection of the Death God, and it made her never want to hurt anything in her life.
Right. Okay.
That entire thing about how, like, you mentioned this in your episode notes, which is why I groaned. You were talking about how she feels bad now because her brothers will never be able to catch up to her. That was never a thing. She was despairing because of her divine protection, because now she knew that she was going to be thrust into conflicts.
So was that anime original, or they just
she had thoughts on them, but it was
and they
so...
amplified those thoughts. They amplified those thoughts to
I guess
the front. Oh,
so that entire motivation was gone.
Oh.
I can read this verbatim as well. She was scared of her divine protection. The wound she caused others would never heal, bleeding forever. She was scared of herself. She tried to live her life never doing harm to anyone, but a careless accident could happen at any time. So when she received the divine protection of the Sword Saint, she tried to hide it, thinking how she is a reaper who must not hold a sword. However, her uncle knew, because when you pass on, just like how Theresia knew that Reinhardt got it, when you pass on the divine protection like that, you know who it is instantly.
Okay.
So she was trying to hide it, and they dragged her out of her room. Her hair and clothes were a mess. She was sobbing. And then you get to that scene where she's disarming her older brother. Her uncle is like, take up your sword, Theresia. That still happens. And all she can think about how her brother is full of openings. And like, she hates that. But she disarms him. And then she crumples to the ground, screaming, half mad, pulling her hair out, crying, desperately mourning and regretting everything.
Oh man, talk about stripping the hell out of the dramatics. See, that's one of the stuff, like, I think that's one of the things I was talking about, how, like, when, like, how you get a story to really, like, feel something like it's something special, man. When you take stuff like that out, man, that dramatics, that extremity that you don't see often, that hurts a whole ton, man.
Now, the way she felt about her brothers at the start was she couldn't understand them, because despite being shown how vast the gap between them was, they would still not abandon the sword. Why were they still swinging their swords even though they could never reach her? It was basically her mentality about it.
Right.
Ever since that day, she continually heard that phrase, take your sword, Theresia. Take up your sword. She continually heard it, and she never did. She never picked up the sword until the Civil War, and the kingdom turned to her.
I see.
So there was like a year or two, I forget, that went by without her ever touching a sword as the Sword Saint.
Oh. Damn. That's... see, that would have been a cool thing to show, like how she's just like maybe like holed up in her room, maybe like just doing everything she could to avoid touching the sword. Okay, tell me it doesn't get worse than this, right? It doesn't get worse than this. What do you?
So we still get the scene of her curled up in the tent, and her brother comes in, and is like, "It's okay that you're scared." Her internal thoughts at that time is that it made her want to burst into tears because she thought she wasn't allowed to complain. She thought that she couldn't allow herself to do that to the brother that she had so terribly defeated 2 years prior and distanced herself from. She stopped talking to her family when she became the Sword Saint, basically. He says that he will protect her and he really does like the sword and he's grateful to be in Astrea, which obviously circles back to Theresia thinking about why are they still clinging to the sword even though they can't reach me, and it causes her to curse her own foolishness. She thought them fools for still swinging their swords after losing to her. She had looked down on them, assuming they clung to it because they had nothing else. So that was even more despair for her to deal with.
More despair, cut, and put that in parentheses. Family. I'm gonna have to type a lot of this stuff. Goodness gracious. I'm just gonna put family. I know what I mean by this. Okay, what's next?
Just like the anime said, in that battle, her brother died.
Okay.
He died protecting her tent. I don't know if that was in the anime.
I didn't get that impression because she was like walking outside and found his body.
Okay, yeah. He died protecting her tent. She still did not swing her sword even once. And then more and more of her family died. And throughout all of this, she continually heard through her head, "Take up your sword, Theresia."
Right.
And she still did not touch a sword.
Right.
I don't know if this was in the anime either because I haven't watched it with subtitles, but
okay.
The nation of Lagunica covered up the failure of the Sword Saint. Her family was slowly fucking put through the wood chipper. Even her uncle, the one who basically instilled this in her, came by, apologized for burdening her, before also dying on the battlefield.
Not in the anime.
No, yeah, not in the anime.
Not.
She wanted to hate her uncle, but she couldn't. He understood the weight of the title of Sword Saint better than anyone. That was why he left those final words of apology. So then, who was left to blame? Nobody but herself. Trying to escape the echoing voice in her head, she wanders outside, and that's when she bumps into Wilhelm.
Right, okay. Yeah, no. They just skipped to the part where it was like, why? You know, I'm surprised to see a woman here early this morning.
And now, you're going to be familiar with a lot of this because you read the Wilgie, but, obviously, they kept bumping into each other. But what the Theresia chapter does is it gives Theresia's perspective on everything, which is something we haven't seen before.
Okay.
She would feign disinterest and steal glances at his swordsmanship. It could definitely not be called polished, however, there was no impurity. He devoted everything to the sword, more so than her brothers. He truly had nothing but the sword. He didn't love anything save the sword. And now, for the Sword Saint, they have a fundamental understanding of swords they pick up, I'm pretty sure, something like that. There was no steel that would not lie bare in the hands of the Sword Saint, except for him. And then they did their exchange with the "Do you like flowers" thing. I'm sure you remember that.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. And she was wondering what she was searching for in these interactions. And then one day the answer came when he came covering his face with his trembling hand. And she felt that he was in the process of reforging himself.
That's interesting because I did that. That's basically what happened. Yeah, that's basically what happened back then. He did a whole 180.
And
as a character,
he finally gave the answer that he doesn't hate flowers. And from her perspective, she feared the day his answer might change, as if being left behind while everyone else was moving on. But that didn't happen. His change made him more precious to her. After that, their usual exchange stopped. The topics changed, and the number of smiles steadily went up. And then obviously he becomes a knight. And then just like in EX2, at the end of EX2, he goes to protect the Trias domain because it's under attack under the Civil War. The moment she
What?
heard that report, Theresia turned deathly pale, and she heard that familiar voice telling her to take up her sword. The voice she had not heard for so long, ever since meeting Wilhelm. But just this once, the voice was right. She would not let Wilhelm die. She charges in, slaughtering the demi-humans threatening Wilhelm's life. Seeing the pass of hostility raining down on her, she traced the strange white lines that she saw before herself with the sword, understanding that she needed only trace the path of that line. So basically, the Sword Saint Divine Protection gives you, like, fucking aimbot, bro.
Oh my god. See, dude. Oh man. See, there's so many cool things they could have done, man. Like they could have made the voice in her head like so much more haunting. I don't know, man. I don't know.
So, as she does this, that voice in her head starts to laugh at her. And she finally realizes that voice in her head is not her uncle, but it's the laughter and mocking of the sword god.
I'm sorry? There's a sword god in ReZero?
I think it was mentioned in episode 8 by Wilhelm once, I think.
Bro, I thought that... It's an actual person or entity.
Something like that.
What the
cut from the anime.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Hello? Bro, I'm thinking... So, does the sword god grant divine protection?
Who knows?
What? Hello? What the fuck? Okay. Sword god... Question mark. Exclamation point. Question mark. Okay. Please tell me there's no more.
There's a few more.
What? Keep going.
We skip past this, but the sword god also laughs at Reinhardt's ears when he draws the sword to kill Theresia. Yeah, I think that also happened in the light novel.
Oh my god. Okay. 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 Sure. Whatever the fuck.
Just like in EX2, she returned to that plaza to meet Wilhelm again. I'm sure you remember that. She says that she's not coming back.
Right.
When he says that he will take that sword from her hands, the sword god is in her ears laughing at him.
Oh gosh, man. See that they just strip it, bro. They just strip it, bro. They just like why? Like I don't. Okay, keep going. I'm almost there. I see the light.
This is the one I told you about. I told you about a little bit in Discord. This is kind of a part of the family fracture, is that Heinkel's wife, Luana, is affected by the sleeping beauty disease, which means that she's been sleeping for like somewhere around like 10 plus years. Which sounds like Rem, but it's not because everyone remembers her, so it's something else.
Right, yeah, I had to immediately make sure I told myself it's not the same thing as Rem when you had told me earlier. Sleeping beauty disease. Okay.
And that is obviously a fundamental reason why Heinkel is a crash-out machine.
Right, yeah, okay. I said that in the DMs too, yeah.
The narration goes on to describe that her sleeping forced her beloved husband and son into a solitude neither of them wished for, as Heinkel grew twisted and Reinhardt simply wanted to be loved again. And it was this torment of Heinkel's that Theresia noticed and she felt responsible for because she didn't do anything. And I don't remember if it's explicitly stated or just implied, but I think it's implied that's why she took hunting down the white whale for Heinkel, because he was crashing out. I
see. Well, they didn't say that in the anime, that's for fucking sure. They just, hey, I'm going on this mission. Wait, did they? No, wait, okay. The way the way they phrase it in the anime, they're basically saying, yeah, Heinkel was right about what she needed to do, and that Wilhelm was arguing that he was like, he was filling her ears with like nonsense and all that good stuff, and but she was adamant that he was right. You know, that part is there. That part is. I need to go back and remember word for word if that is explicitly kind of stated or alluded to, though. That I'm not sure about. But
so any Heinkel sympathy is cut. Heinkel's crashing out, giving depth to the situation is cut. Her 13 pages straight of her backstory is removed. Sword God's cut. Yeah.
13 fucking pages. 13 fucking pages. Oh my. Hold on. So. Okay. Theresia also regained her self-awareness at that moment. Okay. So yeah, Irene Tape's comment. I see why Pyro has said what they said now. About the injuries healing after death and all that good stuff. Please tell me it's over.
Those are most of the those are the major cuts. There might be minor ones that I didn't write down, but
Goodness gracious.
Sword God laughs one final time when Reinhardt jumps away and the Astrea family fractures.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Okay, isn't there like yeah, I gotta scratch my head, man. I gotta scratch my fucking head. I'm scratching my goddamn head. I gotta scratch my head, bro. I'm scratching my black do-rag, chat. It's not looking good. You know it's bad. I'm scratching the do-rag, chat. I'm thinking now because there are a lot of like entity or just mysteries in ReZero, and I'm starting to feel like they put like the very like narratively simple like point A to point B ones in your face, but they are not letting the actual interesting ones kind of stick in the world. Like you want the world. I think that's one thing that they're doing that's bad for the anime. They're stripping the mysteries that also make the world feel like an extra layer of alive. You know what I mean? Like I know there's like isn't there some stuff in the future? I got a whiff. I don't know if we talked about this or if I've seen it on the timeline, but no. It's from like EX2 and like the stars and stuff, right?
Like the Observer?
Is that, yeah, the Observer, right? What if they cut that in the future? You know what I mean? Like what if they cut the Observer in the future? Can ReZero survive that cut? Like oh god,
you're like speechless right now, bro. That's crazy.
Oh my god, they can't keep cutting stuff that like. Okay, don't get me wrong, chat. Don't get me wrong, chat. I know that the Sword God stuff may be insignificant. I'm just worried about like, will they allow the actual like stuff that's not necessarily so visible in front of us to make its way into the anime? You know what I mean? It
like,
cannot survive the cut. Okay, they can't. Literally, they can't. Okay. I'm just making sure. Does Jordan know about the Shadow Garden cuts?
Like season 2 stuff. I don't have it all on hand right now, so I wouldn't want to go into it unless I had it all in front of me.
Okay, then no, chat. I don't know about the Shadow Garden cuts in detail. Every time I hear Shadow Garden, I think of Eminence and Shadow. I know it's not the same thing. I don't even know how we're gonna get over the Shadow Garden scenes. Oh boy.
I understand that in the novel, it's a really long chapter. It's a really long chapter.
Okay.
I don't think anyone thought it was gonna make it in. So like, everyone who keeps saying, "Well, you can't include everything," it's just like a bullshit non sequitur. No one thought that. Like no one thought the entire chapter was making it in. I certainly wasn't, because I'm not stupid. But
yeah.
like, I feel like there are scenes that have to be so easy to adapt, right? Like, have fucking the janitor come into the studio, go ha ha ha, like laugh in the mic real quick, and just like overlay it on some scenes. Is it that hard?
Right.
Or is it so hard to go a little extra, to be a little extra on like Theresia's reaction to becoming the Sword Saint, like pulling her hair out, literal sobbing?
I mean,
is that difficult?
I mean, not really, because if you swap around the brother stuff with Theresia pulling her hair out, it literally evens out got for cut. You know what I mean? It's cut for cut or sequence for sequence. You know what I mean? Like they could have kept just the final part with like her brother in, her brother like getting disarmed, like being full of openings, and maybe added like some stuff where we see her getting bullshitted by her family, you know, pulling her out of her room and her hair, and did that, and then just let the brother stuff be at the very end of that small section before we go into the demi-human war, and it would have been just fine. And like, you know, granted, of course, you have to, you know, make it seamless, so like good stuff, but you know, I digress.
And like, if you ask me what should have been cut for this, I probably wouldn't have an answer. At the opening, there you go, I have an answer. Or no, sorry, not the opening, the ending, I have an answer. Why is her conflict about the divine protection not there when it's like so fundamental to her? It's just insane to me.
Yeah, because like see the fact that like we don't think about her death. Yeah.
Sorry, it makes her decision to slice Wilhelm's shoulder like it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, it just makes it seem like it's like a quick like romantic like stand down thing. That's it. Like the fact that her death god thing is not mentioned at all, right? In this particular episode, not at all. It's mentioned with the Wilhelm stuff, but the fact that it's not mentioned during her like the going around, you know what I mean? It removes an entire layer to her nuance as a character. You know what I mean? It doesn't hit the same because you get the feeling, because what I'm telling you now, like I'm gonna go watch reactions, right? Like chat, I know you guys know like who your boy Roshi is, right? It's gonna come off to them as she was afraid of like hurting people, or she was afraid of having that kind of power and hurting those around her, but not because of the Death God stuff. It's just gonna come off like as she was afraid of having this much power. You know what I mean? Or
Like,
for all I know, it may not even fully come off clear as to why she was so afraid. To be honest,
I swear, like a lot of people are gonna have your interpretation, which I don't blame you for having because you don't read. Is like, oh, she felt bad because now her brother's time was meaningless. Like, I don't blame you for having that interpretation because there's no reason for you to think otherwise. But that's not what it was. It's not in the anime. That's what it's about. In the novels, that's not what it was about.
Yeah, at all. And it's a shame, you know what I mean? Like the Death God protection has been such an integral thing. Like back to when Wilhelm just first put his hand on his shoulder to kind of remind himself of the injury that he sustained that day. And then, you know, you get to this and it's just like this is a rough one. This is a tough one, man. This is a tough one.
What's your rating now? How's it going?
Fuck. My god, dude.
Don't forget, like you're finding out from me just reading it to you. You haven't even read it yourself. You haven't got it in all its context, man. Like it's probably gonna pop off even more.
Maybe like a 5. I'm gonna leave it at a 5. Like now it's just meh for real.
Damn.
I give it a 5. Dude, you know that's crazy. This is like the lowest episode I've rated in like almost like maybe like the past like 5 years. This might just be the lowest rated episode of an anime that I have watched over the past 5 years. And chat, I'm gonna be real. I watch a lot of anime all year long. Like that's not great, man. Like this is just a really meh episode, man. In hindsight, because it's two different. I mean, it's just like Garfield, man. It's two different stories, but Garfield got lucky. You know what I mean? In hindsight, like if Gorgeous Tiger didn't have what it had towards the end, it would have been in the same boat because it's not the same thing, but. I would argue that Garfield was still getting his ass beat enough that even if it wasn't shown for an hour, I still got the impression that like he knew he had to come out on top, knowing that he acknowledged his brother and sister in that fight, and I was okay. You know what I mean? Like Garfield got the Vincent cut, and even with the cuts, I still think it was okay knowing it was cut. It's still not the same thing. It's still a different story compared to the anime. But I can digest the bullet, chat. This is rough. Now you just lying. Most anime is 3 out of 4. I mean, it depends. You have to ask me what I watch all year, and we can really talk about it. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of a subjective thing. Like I don't watch like the trashy isekai stuff. I watch stuff that actually deserves my time.
As Master
you know what I
Ugo
mean?
said, me when my psychological mystery anime is no longer psychological or mysterious.
Yeah. That it just kind of puts it straight in your face, man. You know what I mean?
Anyone who's saying that was a bad episode is gaslighting himself into oblivion. It's just a bad adaptation. Interesting.
Anyone who's saying that was a bad episode is gaslighting himself into oblivion. It's just a bad adaptation. But does that not kind of correlate, kind of walking hand in hand? If an episode, okay, that's like me saying if Deku versus Overhaul, which is one of my favorite episodes. No. Let's go even a step further. That's like saying if Todoroki versus Deku, right, in season 2, which was the most highly anticipated episode during that season, was a bad adaptation, then it can't be a bad episode, or it's still a good episode. Like I don't know. I think if people had expectations for White Fox or the ReZero team to deliver on certain aspects that they feel integral to the Theresia stuff, then they could consider it a bad episode. You know what I mean? That's just me though. That's just me.
I think he means like anime only POV and novel reader POV. See, I understand that distinction. However, Jordan rated it a 6. So
Yeah, no,
something was lacking.
I had a 6. I had added a 6 before that. I had added a 6 for different reasons, like before the cut content stuff. I just thought it was an okay episode, just period. You know what I mean? Like just off of the episode itself, it was just okay.
I don't know what to say. Like, is the anime only gaslighting himself with novel knowledge he didn't know about? Like, I don't know.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I just think. I mean, like again, like I don't have a major horse in this race. This is mainly like a ReZero, like light novel readers and all that good stuff. But bro, I'm feeling the same shit with you, LOL. But I've said 2 minutes ago that top 3 chapter being barely a top to 7, 8 episode is crazy work. But let's be real, it's not a bad episode from an anime. Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad episode. I mean, okay, so when you just to clarify, okay, when you say anime perspective, you're talking about anime only perspective, right? Or are you talking about anime? That's what you're talking about, right? Or are you talking about adaptation? Adaptation. Because if you're saying adaptation, then you gotta take that up with the ReZero community. Okay, anime only perspective, sure. I can get that. I could get behind that, right? I still thought it was okay. You know what I mean? Yeah, okay, fine. Yeah, sure. That wording was a little bit off. I could get behind that. You know what I mean? I think from an anime only perspective, people are going to be okay with it. They're gonna feel sad for Theresia. A lot of anime reactors that I watched so far, they absolutely love they love Wilhelm and they love that little storyline with Theresia. Okay, so I know that's gonna be fine for them. But this comes down to a simple statement, chat. Okay, and that statement is, what I don't know won't hurt me, and that applies to the anime only crowd. What they don't know won't hurt them. But if you were to put a bunch of anime onlys in the room and they had a notepad like me with all their thoughts about every single episode of ReZero, and then you put them in front of Asa, for example, and then you make them watch every single video that shows them the cut content and with art depictions from the novel, with paragraphs from the novel, descriptions from the novel, verbatim, even if they may not change it because they simply want to let it rock as is because they don't necessarily want to go back and change their ratings, which is absolutely fair. I'm sure some of them may scratch their head and be like, wow, that would maybe kind of important. You know what I mean? You know, I think that there are some people who really would care about this stuff, but it's case by case, subjective per person. I can't speak for anybody or anybody else. You know,
I think it's soul crushing that like a lot of people's. It's not my favorite chapter of Warfare. It's like my second favorite chapter. A lot of people's this is some people's favorite chapter ever.
I can see.
Goes from like the emotional core, the emotional climax of the entire arc, and also like a cornerstone moment for the Astrea family drama is gonna be watered down for anime only. So just like, oh, that was sad. Let's go watch Solo Leveling.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean that's basically it, man. Like you're left with like, oh, okay. You know what I mean? Like, you know, the Wilhelm stuff's over. Cool. Do you have any deeper thoughts on Pandora, by the way, Jordan? The episode seems to frame it as she is responsible for Theresia being made into a puppet. Any thoughts on why she was let loose here? So if I'm taking into context of the fact that her last words to her was, I want to know more about you, I think this definitely kind of plays a part into the whole idea of knowing more about her, but in a twisted sense, right? She's probably, if I were to frame it in Pandora's point of view, it's probably Pandora wanting to know, who is her family? Who did she love? And by making her fight them to the death, essentially, she would learn those answers. You know what I mean? It's like a twist depiction on how one's life would have been lived if they were alive. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like imagine if like Pandora was a normal person who met Theresia in her lifetime. She would learn in that aspect who Theresia was, who her husband was, who her grandson was. But because Pandora is the way that she is, she's learning who Theresia's family was and who Theresia's life was, but in a twisted sense by making Theresia fight them as a puppet of death. You know what I mean? That's what I can conjure up. That makes sense. You know what I mean, Caper? I hope that makes sense. Good enough. I was looking forward to this way more than Garth X Kurgan, and wow, was I disappointed? Yeah, man. I'm sorry, Uguay. I'm sorry, brother. I really am, man. It definitely didn't hit as it should have done. I agree. Yeah. I watched it with my brother, who was anime only. It's pretty much what you described. Yeah. Yeah,
I was saying earlier before you got here, I was like, I knew about what was going to happen in this episode for like weeks. Not like I've been prepared for it, but like, yeah, it's not good. Like, it's not good.
Yeah. I mean, I swung my chat like once or twice, just kind of scrolling by when I was at work, bro, and that shit, y'all going a mile a minute, bro. Y'all were not happy people today at all, in the slightest, whatsoever.
We'd be crashed out.
Like, there's, man. I mean, I'm personally disappointed. Like, this is just like more like a me head standpoint, just in terms of me. I'm personally disappointed in the fact that they cut off a lot of like the mobility stuff with like Subaru and Amelia and like their combo stuff.
Yeah.
That I know it's more of a meathead comparison, chat, and all that good stuff, but I just like seeing like movement. I'm a movement freak, if you will. You know what I mean? I like seeing cool stuff like that. I think that's disappointing, a lot, and I also do not like how. Shit, what am I thinking about, bro? What am I thinking about? I'm thinking about something else very important, but I can't think of it right now. I cannot think of it. It's gonna make me angry. I have to think about it in a second, chat. But I don't know, chat. It's just like, did you like the episode, Jordan, or not? It was okay. It was okay. I don't hate it. You know what I mean? I think hate's a strong word to apply for me in this situation because, again, I didn't read it, so it's not like I can just suddenly gain the immense feelings that you all have had for years now leading up to this moment. So I think my idea of hate would be invalid personally to me. I would invalidate my damn self, you know what I mean? But it was just meh. It was just meh.
Do we know the conditions on which the Heavenly Sword will allow itself to be drawn? First of all, it's not the Heavenly Sword, buddy, so jot that one down. Second of all, no, we don't.
This dude. White Fox entering their own ReZero villain arc. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. You guys are gonna be going at it with each other for the next 2 weeks, bro, at this rate. Sad to say. You guys are gonna be going at it for a long time. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I feel like season 4 is about to be a lot of y'all's crash. Like, Asa, I'm not gonna lie. If I wake up and start seeing, if I wake up one day and just see like villain hunt style video for Arc 6, hey, I'm staying out the way. You know what I mean? I'm staying. You know, one video you sent me, bro. I'm staying out the way because
Arc 6 is fucked, man. I don't know what to tell you, buddy. It's been fucked. I've been saying this for like a year, man. It's over already.
And that's unfortunate to see, man. Me head or not, I do think it's harder to be disappointed in emotions being botched when you haven't experienced the OG. So I understand the complaining about the mobility. Yeah, like I don't know, like when I just hear about all this cool stuff, like Subaru doesn't get to do like crack stuff compared to everybody else. So like when I imagine like the main fucking character of the show swinging around on icicles, dodging like wind walls of pure destruction left and right, that's sick, bro. That's sick. Like,
Stop
come on,
booming,
man.
Asa. Did we watch the same episode, man? Like, what gives you... If you have read Arc 6 and you've watched this episode, what is giving you any hope? Like,
the only hope I see for ReZero, if there is a miraculous, significant change in direction enough to where it actually matters, but I doubt it. I doubt it. I really do.
Asked, also, do you think that the anime is a good way to consume ReZero? To consume ReZero? No. To watch a good anime, yes.
Yeah, that's probably the best way to. As you say before, dude, it is a good anime, bad adaptation.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I say like it can adapt some moments pretty great. I think Choose Me is pretty great, even if people may have Choose. Dude, did people have problems with Choose Me when the episode came out?
Ask Availing, man.
Availing, talk to me, Availing. I'll let you type that out in chat. Bro, as soon as Reinhardt took out his sword, the episode was over for me. Why was that? Why was that, Ace? I'm just curious to hear your specific.
Fucking hate that episode, he says.
Yes, I fucking hate that episode. Yes, they fucked that. How bad did they fuck? Wait, I should remember this. It's been such a long time. Wait, how bad? Okay, maybe I'm just a glazer.
Hang on. IMO Arc 5 wasn't all that in the novels either. As I said, it's just fun character interactions with the occasional amazing 10 out of 10 shit like Theresia. This is what I mean by revisionism, man. When Regulus flopped in the novels, or sorry, not the novels, when Regulus flopped in the anime, people were like, well, it wasn't that good anyways, backstory wasn't that important anyway. Now that, like, the cornerstone of Arc 5 is flopped, people are like, well, Arc 5 was always this kind of shit anyway. Now, don't get me wrong, Arc 5 was never my top arc, it was never my top 3, but I liked it quite a bit.
Man. They fucked it pretty bad. I watched it after reading it too. Chat, can you guys refresh? Okay, chat, let me ask you a question. Did they fuck anything major with the Subaru and Beatrice section specifically when he was constantly trying to talk to her and all that good stuff. Like from like for the last 8 minutes of the episode, how bad was that fucked? Because if that wasn't fucked, I don't care. That's my favorite part of the episode. Light novel was consistent. Well, Arc 5 is really not that great, but the cuts in the anime made it really worse than it is.
This is revisionism. I'm watching it live, dude. Like I'm on fucking Tucker Carlson show, buddy.
Yeah. Regulus was also 10 out of 10 and disappointing to me in the anime. I hate that they cut his suffering in the pit so much, but Arc 5 as a whole doesn't have that much cuts in the anime, in my honest opinion. Okay. No. Okay. So that I assume that no is for the Beatrice section. No. Arc 5 was definitely not as good as others, but at least it had its peaks, right? Like Garfield crying scene of the Theresia chapter, they couldn't even do that justice, or do these justice. Man.
Bro,
man.
The serious loops were cooler in the novel. Well, I mean, I didn't dislike them in the anime either. It's just they didn't have enough time to breathe, okay? The Garf on the moon, or not the moon, that would be fucking sick. Garf on the rooftop under the moon. That was good shit, okay? I like Capella's intro. That was good shit.
True, Capella came in.
Sirius'
in
intro
hard.
obviously is unbelievable.
The anime version of Arc 5 is a 3. Hot damn.
The Subaru speech is like literally some of the most impactful ReZero content, in my opinion. I know others don't agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
And not in the anime. Sorry.
Okay, let me ask you a question. I'm gonna ask 3 questions, chat. All right, I need everybody in chat right now to type their rating of season 1. Right now, just one number. Don't give me a number dash number. Give me one number of season 1 right now. Everybody in season 1 right now. Everybody. 10 out of 10, 9, 9, 9, 10, 9, 9, 9, 8, 8, 5. 8 as an adaptation, yes, comment as adaptation. 10, 9, 8, 9, 10, 8, 10, 8, 8.5, 7, 8, 9, 69. I hate you, Senna. Okay.
The honeypot worked. Honeypot worked. Everyone ban these guys for spamming.
All right. Okay, chat. Everybody stop. Everybody fucking stop. All right. I need everybody to type now. Season 2. Go. Season 2.
You'll know it's different because it'll start being 4 instead of 10.
I'm gonna put a dash right here in chat so I know it's everybody season 2 is ready. There we go. All right. 5, 9, 8, 2, 6, 6. Choose me was fired. 10, 6, 7, 5, 2, 9.5, 5, 1, 10, 4, 7, 8, 7, 11, 6, 10. Okay, a lot more variation. Now, okay, everybody stop typing. Everybody stop typing. All right. I'm putting another dash now. Okay. Season 3. Go. Season 3. Go. I need season 3 ratings right now. 4, 6, 4, 7, 8, 3, 8, 5, 7, 5, 8, 7.5, 7, 6, 7, 4, 2, 7, 7, 4. Goodness gracious. It seems like the numbers just get lower and lower as time goes on. Like I feel like 7 is definitely the mode. Like between the mean, median, and mode, 7 is definitely the mode number where I see that occurring the most right now. That is interesting. A 7, huh? I think I have season 3 as an 8. I still think it's been a very enjoyable season. I do like the content a lot. You know what I mean?
I think, and I have a very nuanced opinion on this. So don't fucking interrupt me, chat. Season 1, I think, has 2 things going for it. Number 1, a lot of people who watched Season 1 never read the source material. Because they had no reason to, because the anime didn't exist. So people went from Season 1 into Arc 4, so then Season 2 came out and they were like, wow, this is dog shit.
True. That is true. A lot of people, I would not imagine, a lot of people went back and read Season 1 content.
Second, I think Season 1 benefits from, even though it has some of the most egregious cuts in the series, the execution on what they still have left is phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
There was very clearly a vision for Season 1. They took things like Aldebaran and put it in the toilet and flushed it. But they decided that what they have left over, they're locking in on. And they locked in.
Mm-hmm.
That's my Season 1 opinion. So even though some of the cuts are very egregious, the content that's left over from the cuts, it's very good.
Well, hot damn. Hot damn, man. This is very interesting. I think you'll agree Core 1 was better than Core 2. Hot damn. Do I agree Core 1 was better than Core 2? I think honestly, chat, maybe. I actually think I do agree Core 1 is better than Core 2, to be honest.
It's
I mean, episode 1 slammed the park for a premiere. Episode 2 was good. We had the Hamill stuff for episode 2. Episode 3, or something. What was episode 3? I mean, Capella and Sirius slammed in Arc 1, or Core 1. Aldebaran had some good Mystique. Priscilla was good in Core 1. The invasion on the building by Sirius was good. Mimi down. Garfield trauma introduced. Garfield family or step family introduced. Beatrice down. So Subaru got nerfed. Regulus pulled up. Parallel introduced from Subaru regarding Juice. Trying to think. Emilia captured. Wives plotline introduced. Trying to think. The demands were made. A lot of lore and world building regarding Hoshin and the demands by Capella. The matchups were good. Were set up well. Otto had a good part towards the end with the book being retrieved and talking about Roswell. Am I missing anything else? Oh, the floodgates was a good mystery that we didn't know what had happened at the time. Trying to think. The speech. The motherfucking speech. Yeah, okay, yeah, Core 1 clears. Core 1 clears. I'm sorry. I'm telling you now, chat, listen to me, chat. The only way Core 2... Actually, no, that's not even fair, because Beatrice is not getting up this core. That's clear. Beatrice is waking up at the end of the core. If she didn't get up during Regulus, she's not getting up towards the end of the core. So, yeah, Core 1 was definitely better, chat. Which blows, because the attack arc being better than the counterattack is nuts. Absolutely nuts. I was pumped for Core 2, bro. I was so pumped. I was like, man, we're getting 1v1s. Reinhardt gonna pull out his fucking sword and his meat at the same time. Priscilla's gonna pull out her sword. I was expecting a whole lot more, bro. Like, and it's not like it didn't deliver that all the way, but man, did they? It's like, bro, like, it's like, okay, chat. Imagine like you ordered like a Philly cheesesteak sandwich, right? You know what I mean? Like you get like you got your melted cheese, you got your caramelized onions, you got your peppers and shit, right? And then imagine like you place the order and you know that's just gonna be good. That's Core 1, okay? And then you get your order, that's Core 2, and then like they took the cheese off, they stripped your onions and they took your peppers, bro. You got the meat in the bread, bro. They didn't put any fucking mayo on that shit either, bro. They just took
a meat sandwich, bro.
You got the you got the meat sandwich.
White Fox president put his meat in the buns and handed it over, bro.
That's all you guys got, bro. Like, just say you're mad Kirkett is blue, bro. Man, fuck that blueberry muffin ass dude, bro. Right?
Well,
damn.
Right, we're in the stream.
Novel section this shit. Yeah, chat.
I would
listen,
do it today,
chat.
but I'm too tired, man. I don't want to do it today.
Yeah. You know what, chat?
We'll probably end the stream in a few minutes after Jordan says his piece.
Yeah, chat. Other than that, chat, listen. I mean, hey, y'all got what? We got 3 episodes left, right? 3 episodes? 2. Oh my god. How can they do 3? It's 3 fights left, ain't it? Yeah. Okay, I guess Al and Otto's is gonna be 1, I assume. And Julius will be another. I'm guessing next week is gonna be Al versus Capella, Otto versus Lai, and then we're getting Julius versus the other Roy, and then it's gonna be the conclusion of the season. So like half the episode will be Julius versus Roy, and then the other half will be the wrap up. I still expect 1 more Archbishop death. I think it will be it's probably gonna be fucking Lai. He's about to get boomed off the face of the planet, literally. I don't know how with that meteor, but once I see it, that boy is about to get fucking boomed. But yeah, chat, that's it for me this week. I will be observing from afar. Yeah, chat, I'll holler at y'all next week. Asa. I'll be in
Yeah.
your DMs for therapy if you need me, buddy.
Yeah, alright, man.
I'm out. Peace, peace, peace.
Later, man. If only he knew how bad things truly are. If only he knew the state of the world. Sorry, Chad. There's gonna be no novel section. There's something to do in like an hour, and plus, I've been sleeping for like 5 hours on episode days, so. But, you know, think of it this way, chat. We can't fuck anything else up, right? Like, if we fuck something else up in the future, it's gonna be like, okay, whatever. You know, oh no. Like, the lay part wasn't as good as it could have been. Whatever, dude, who gives a shit? Like, the bar has been set, okay? We understand. And, that's okay. That means that episode 15 is gonna be good. What even happens in next week's episode, I couldn't tell you. This was the pinnacle of Arc 5? Yeah, it was supposed to be, like, at the end. But they rearranged it a little bit, which is strange? Maybe it was for, like, resource allocation? I don't know. Anyway, chat, thanks for coming out. If any of you want to play on our World of Warcraft server, you can join the Discord, by the way. We're releasing our cool update today. If you're a random nobody, you probably won't get in. You might have to, like, make a little bit of a name for yourself, because we don't want to let just anyone in. It'll be fun. Thanks everyone for coming out. You can join the Discord. It's the only place in the ReZero community you can say the episode was dog shit. You can subscribe to the channel, you get cool videos, yippee! You can become a member. Thank you, Crow, by the way, for the 50 again. I appreciate that so much. You get behind-the-scenes content, early videos, you get the badge, you get the emotes, you get the color name of the Discord, all that cool shit. Thanks.